What's good? Unknown fella in the building. What's happening, player? Yo, 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 yo. We out here. It's gonna be a little shorter of a stream today. I gotta finish some shit. I gotta upload my old EP, and I found all the old files, dude. So we gotta do that tonight. So if I end up cutting off around midnight, that'd be why. Weird, I can't even do nothing with that. Hey, Uzi Cheesecake, I see you. CTR Dubs, I see you in there. What's good, families? Hey. What up, man? How you doing, Uzi? Yo, Joybs! I prefer Joybs, dude. Sup, Unk, dude? How dare you? How dare you, dude? How dare you, CTR? What's good? Motherfucker, dude. Wow, this shit just won't stream on this other website. Yo! MSB 69, what's happening? Yeah, this shit just don't work anymore. Interesting, I can't make it work. Well, I have to end trying to stream on that platform. It won't even launch anymore. Jumping in the Discord. How's everybody feeling, man? All two of y'all. God, you gotta love Kick, dude. Kick is only view bots. It's only view bots that show up there, and people trying to sell their graphic design. Go F yourself, new Tamale, dude. Go ahead. Feeling good, man? Off for the next 4 days, dude? No big plans? That's a great place to be right there. That's a wonderful place to be right there. I worked at a rave in Nova Scotia. Running stage B, dude. Nova Scotian rave, dude? That sounds insane. Working at Future Forest in New Brunswick next weekend. The build team. New Brunswick, dude. I'm looking up Nova Scotia right now. Nova Scotia, dude. Nova Scotia. That's like way out there, right? Oh yeah, you out there, East Coast Canada, dude. You basically you can reach out and touch the Titanic from there. The Titanic, you could swim to it almost, right? You real close, dude. I'm in Pay Dog. What the hell is that? Prince Edward Island? Is that P Dog? Prince Edward Island. Got you. They call it Pitt. The only Canada I've been to is right here, dude. Vancouver, homie. That's the only Canada I know. Alright? Because it's a 3-hour drive from where I'm at. Oh, you lived there a long time? So you know the vibes, dude? You know the vibes, Uzi? Is there West Coast Canadian rappers? Downtown East Side dweller in my dumber days, dude. Downtown East Side. What's the spot in Vancouver, dude? God, what was that area called? Mercury's Snack, dude. I remember Yaletown had a bunch of college kids in it. There's a lot of bars on Granville. Isn't Granville like fucking mad child if you go in? Yaletown is Yuppieville? Yeah, I visited Yuppieville at one point. Definitely visited there, but we stayed over here somewhere. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. We were going to commercial bars. That would make sense if we were at the in Granville. Yeah, we weren't there to get cultured, dude. We weren't there to get cultured, okay? We were there to get hammered. Let's be real. Kind of an oxymoron. It's the hippie area. No, fair enough. And not like the hood. Vancouver's got a hood. It's crazy. Vancouver hood. Hell yeah, we got like no one in the queue tonight, dude. Perfect. This is what I want. All right, we'll finish U3. I'm closing the queue. I'm making beats, and then I'm ending stream early, and I'm finishing this work I gotta get done. Let's get into it, dude. CTR dubs. What do you got for us, dude? Hell yeah, short queue, dude. In and out. Ouch.
Listen.
What the fuck is going on?
Let's get crackin' this bitch.
CPR sucks.
CTR.
Now let's get crackin' this bitch.
Ow, dude. DJ Burn Pile, I appreciate you coming through and saying hello. How you living, man? How you living? 3K. What's 3K mean? Dude. Ouch, man. What had happened here? 3K range? Yeah, this shit hurts, man. This shit hurts, and not in a ooh, that's cool kind of way. It just fucking hurts. Country living, hell yeah, dude. How you out in the country in Hawaii? That's crazy. I guess that'd be the best place to be living country. I gotta give it to you. Because you're not too far away. Look up the original. I hated that original. Someone made me listen to this song. YouTube jump scare, Xilinx. Xilinx is back. He couldn't use Twitch anymore, but he's here. I see you, player. What's good, Xilinx? Talk to your doctor to see if Xilinx is right for you. Team me, what you think? Toxic. It's the original sucks. I heard the original because Toxic made us listen to it, I think. I hate it. This hurts more, dude. Somehow. How is everything hurting my ears to start this out? Before you even drop in a kick and clap, everything has high mid resonance. Everything is saturated in the worst way possible. I would never play that again because I value my ears and my equipment too much. Once I figured out that's what we were getting, about 15 seconds in, I just turned it down on my end. I'm gonna be real with you, man. That every sound is tear out on this right now, and that shouldn't be the case. This absolutely hurts, dude. This is like burning the food at a dinner, right? You burned it. Okay, you had a casserole going. You had some cool stuff in the casserole, and then you didn't realize the oven was on self clean setting. Okay, you burned grandma's casserole at 550. Okay, this shit is cooked right now, so we just need to back off some of the loudness. It's just, why do we need to be so loud without control? We need to focus more on control and sonics and then push it up. Yes, I know the original sounds like ass. Then you should do a better version of that. That doesn't sound like ass because I know what you're capable of, CTR. And this one just feels lazy from you. So yeah, your mixing went backwards about 4 months here. About 4 or 5 months. So that's what I got for you, man. You burnt the roux. He said, damn. We still love you, CTR. All right. This is no offense to you, but you know, mod or not, I'm always going to tell you the truth. And the truth of that one is ouch. But I'm sure someone who likes the original song here would be like, this is great. This is great. And then you can have a show with those 6 people that are into the original song. Can pull up. I think half the views that guy has on the original song is just people saying, yo, this song's terrible. Let me show this to you. It's okay. It's how we learn and why we gather here. Fair enough. I think CTR knew this one was going to be ouchy, though. He knew it. He knew what he was doing here. Okay. CTR has been on a steady slope of improvement. And for this one, I think he's low-key kind of trolling me on this one. And that's all right. Because I know that the original song he's been doing this remix off of is a huge troll. Why do we do so much remixes? That's my other question, CTR. You're good at making music and making beats. Why do we need to work on things with other people's performances in them when we should just be making originals? So that we own it outright. And we can do releases to all platforms. And we can do videos, shit like that. Why aren't we doing that? You know what I'm saying? I know everyone does remixes. Stop being everyone. You can make originals, man. You should be making more originals. CT originals, dude. That's what I want. Because this one's cooked. All right, I appreciate you getting us started, dude. My guy, CTR, he already closed the stream.
Thank you.
He already closed the stream, dude. He's about to kick everyone. He's gonna abuse the mod privileges. Delta D's. Appreciate the follow, Delta D's. Let us know.
How you doing?
How you doing? How you living? All right, that was Toxic with a quick. I had to hit a sig after that for sure. For what, man? For what, man? No problem, gang. I'm doing good. What about you? We're doing well, man. We're doing well. We just listened to one of our mods send in a joint, and he did a remix of a song that was already cooked. The mix on the original song is really bad. It's not his fault. And then he tried to match that energy, and you know, then we had problems with it mix wise. That's all. We still love you, CTR. There's no need to hit a cigarette after that.
Big Jibbah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Unknown fella with the extreme generosity for someone on the way in, dude. That's big love. And that's a skip for Unknown Fella. He's just banking it. He's just putting a period in there. Go fella. Hell yeah, dude. So Delta D's, you have a sub to the channel. If you join the Discord, that gets you the big Jibbah sub sample pack, paid for already by Unknown Fella. Very, very generous guy right there. And you don't have any ads if you hang out with us. But no pressure. All right, well, until we got one from Unknown Fella in there, and then we'll just play this one here from Uzi Cheesecake. I appreciate you, Unknown. Thank you, my guy. This one's Next Man's Banger. Sample pack's almost ready from Cheesecake. Let's go, dude. Is it just sounds of cheesecake slicing? What do we use? What do we do? Are we just doing full sound design? What's happened with it? What had happened with it? No, everything's cohesive. Okay, all right. Well, it's okay. So it's probably not cheesecake sounds. Key labeled Vox. Got you. That makes more sense. I need a flow heed track. You should remix a flow heed track, dude. That's what you should do. Ah, MIDI. Got you. Nice, dude. Nice. All right, we got Next Man's Banger. And then we're going to that skip. No, you get a sample pack, Delta D's. The skip, whoever pays for the skip gets the skip. Ooh. Sound effects, Ghosty. Ooh. Oh, wait, we got to run this back. This was not turned up yet. Appreciate it, Sound Effects, Ghosty. Appreciate the follow. Sound Effects, Ghosty. Let us know.
How you doing?
How you doing? Ocha John J. Hey there, long time no see. I've been here. Where you been? Where you been? Where you fucking been, dude? Doing good? Hell yeah, dude. Or as we say around here.
Yeah!
I'm the only one who says that. Not everybody else says that. Lil John, do you say that?
What?
All right, never mind. Let's check this out, though. This is from Uzi Cheesecake. I'm going to turn it up all the way like a professional streamer, and we're going to hit play on this joint. Can you check out my SoundCloud? I can check out one song if you submit it into one beat. Then, if you submit it into the Discord in the feedback section, if you don't have Discord or don't want to join, I'll allow you to post your link in here and somebody will paste it over there in the feedback line for you. Or if you want to skip the line, !skip, you can get the information there. Appreciate you being here. Sound effects, Ghosty. Uzi Cheesecake, y'all. Thank you, Delta. Set a link for one song, Ghosty. One song. Hell yeah. Very cool stuff here, Uzi. All right. It feels like some parts have a little less control than they need to have in like the low mids, like all these synth bass things you have going on. And then some parts of them feel too controlled. Some of them need a little more ugly to cut through the mix. And those are like really important pieces of this since there's no vocal or anything. That's kind of like one of the main elements that we focus on. The other thing I'm hearing is, I'll drop the shit out of it. I loop the shit out of it. Yeah. What up, Buzz? I want more attack on the kick, like punchier transients all the way through, like attack on snares and kicks. It feels like everything's kind of it feels like there's almost a saturation on everything, or we just have a compressor that's not letting go of the drums. And we're not allowed to have like as much depth in that drum mix as we could, because those drums need to like really cut through the sort of it's almost like tear out style sounds you have going on. It's not a full tear out type of sound, but it has some elements of that. And I still want kick and snare to win a lot of times when they're playing in the same frequency range. So I'd be doing some dynamic side chaining there, either with a side chainable multi-band compressor. It's probably the main one I reach for, or a side chainable dynamic EQ. Just to get more snap out of this entire drum performance, make it more exciting. You lost this project? Ouch, dude. Duly noted. Official. What's good, man? Yeah, because I'm hearing like problems with the snare attack, snare body. The snare feels a little light in terms of, I want a little more warmth on that thing to mesh a little better with the kick sound you have. But really, really cool programming throughout, man. Very cool. I deleted Ableton and tried to Bitwig for like a day. Didn't last. Dumb move. Why would you delete Ableton to go install Bitwig? Can't you just have both? Can it be both? Right? Why can't we just do both, dude? To lock in. And I have a half a 500 gig hard drive. We got 250 gigs here. Ableton or Bitwig. I lost my place and my Mac last month. Jesus, dude. Well, so I'm bare bones, bro. Fair enough. Well, then I don't know what to do with this joint. If I only have the 2-track, I guess I'm splitting the 2-track into 2 parts. Have the low end version at 200 hertz and down. Have the low mids and up version 200 hertz and up. And I'm layering in kicks, new kicks that I'm side chaining through the low end. And I'm layering in like a mixed snare that would combine well with what you have going on to give you another element of attack that pushes through the mix. Why do you change DAW if you can make music in the one you learned for years? What's the craze about trying other DAWs? I thought I wanted to switch. It was stupid, I know. Buzz, it's because people watch YouTube videos, man. And these guys make content centered around getting you to click on their video. That's why I don't want to be a... It's been 3 months to the day where I submitted my first and only track for feedback. Duly noted. Duly noted. I had a lesson with alchemy and he couldn't even convince me. There you go. Yeah, that's why I'm hesitant to be like a teach people shit on YouTube streamer. I mean, not even streamer, but you know, content creator, video maker. Because those guys just kind of get stuck in a loop of like doing the same video everyone else did with the same thumbnail of like, right? Fucking so sick of that goddamn thumbnail. It gets the most views and clicks because of the open mouth and expression. Yeah, Jibbah's dope with the little reels. His YouTube has 0 traction compared to like his TikTok and his Instagram. Yeah, his shit's funny. We love Jibbah here. Find good songs. Sup, dude. Drifting in dreams so delirious, lost in a world is curious, chasing a light that's ethereal, fading in moments imperious. Ooh, bars, homie. Bars. Find good songs. You found one, dude. You fucking wrote one, dude. Why do producers hate 4K? What you mean? 4K videos? Because most of them don't have a webcam that can do 4K. All right, that's why. For me, this webcam is 4K. This other webcam over here, this one, also 4K. Sup. Camera 2. 4K camera 2. Without a light behind it, though, it looks like shit. So I gotta get another light. Hey, all our homies hate 4K, dude. EQ that shit out. Thumbnail title for YouTube. There it is. You put me on truth, dude. Taking a leaf out of Jaw's book? Absolutely, dude. Jaw was like, you need to get a camera too and have it there, dude. Galaxy Tones, what's happening? My beats are kind of mid because I quit for a little. Sound effects ghosty. Sounds like a big old slice of excuse, dude. No worries, man.
Big Jibbah.
My goodness, Buzz. All too kind. All too kind. The gifted over there to duly noted. For some reason, we don't get anything from Oprah anymore. I don't know what happened to my Oprah alert. We used to have Oprah yell at us about giving out cars, but for now, we just have Snoop Dogg Crip walking. Thank you so much for the gifted, my guy. W, Buzz. Big W's, dude. Hell yeah. Well, Buzz, that's a skip right there. That's a freaking skip right there. I got to go on Streamlabs and figure out why it won't allow me to do that. Junior, what's up, dude? How you doing over on the YouTube side, man? But very cool programming, man. Cheesecake. I would probably layer this 2-track if you can't ever find the session. I would layer it with kicks and snares, my guy. That's what I would do. How's the feedback line? It's probably increasing. You know what I'm saying? We started real slow. So we'll see. I think there's probably 5 tracks in there. I'm doing a shorter night tonight, y'all. I gotta accomplish some shit with my music, so. Big Jibbah, I just found out Toxate is Slavic like me. Is that true? I thought he was, I don't know, there's a bunch of rumors about him on the internet. Or are we even sure we have the real one? Right? Are we even sure we have the real one? I'm not. It is, we're chatting in Discord. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Because he doesn't follow any of us on Instagram. Just saying. I got all the samples and stuff, but honestly, I moved on. I just wanted to show you what I did with it because I showed it to you first, and it was cooked. Well, yeah, it sounded better, dude. Yes, you may submit Spotify links, Galaxy Tones. I have found a workaround for Spotify. I just hit the cancel button, and I don't have to have anything logged in. Big W, dude. Appreciate you sending this in, Uzi, and I hope you get your DAW situation figured out because you got some talent here, man. So we just want to be able to hone in on getting the right elements to stick out, man. Drums are important in this style of music. Don't let them be an afterthought. Make sure they poke through the mix. That's going to be the best way to go about it. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ooh. Hey, appreciate you, man. Going to the recycle bin. Empty recycle bin. Yes. All right, we got some skilps. Hey, skilp. Skip. We got one from Unknown Fella. Chromatic Reverie. Chromatic Reverie? Chromatic Reverie. That's what it is. Chromatic Reverie. In the meantime, I'm going to figure out why I'm not getting Oprah Winfrey to pop up anymore. I must have turned that alert off on accident. Unknown fella. Unknown fella. Hey! Hey!
Well, since they first tried contact with us by radio, we've developed a language computer, a machine that breaks down any language to our own.
What up, Bobby? Sound like a digital bird right there. Was that a bird?
Relaxing, ain't it?
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, the idea behind the track is dude ate something and started to hallucinate heavily. Got you. I think if I was going to have a rapper get on this, I think it should have a rapper on it, personally. And if we're going to do that, I'd give him a version to write to without any of the sound effects. Personally. I mean, at least the parts where there's like actually a voice happening. Give them an opportunity to get creative on it, see what happens. But not mad at it, man. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea for sure. I hear a couple things. The initial guitar or whatever that is, if it's a pluck string of some sort. I don't know what it is. Bing, bang, 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 bing, bang, 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 bang. There's definitely some high mid resonance in that. I'd be curbing that with multi-band compression, finding that spot in that 1K to 4K range. The Battle Cat style kick that you have is a cool touch. I don't hear people using that as much. You're using that in the front half here. I call those girthy kicks the Battle Cat kick, dude. If you're not familiar with DJ Battle Cat, you guys should all be familiar with DJ Battle Cat. One of the West Coast legends out here. All right, on the West Coast of the U.S., down in LA. Made plenty of bangers for Snoop Dogg, Daz and Corrupt, all those West Coast cats, dude. DJ Battle Cat. Super fire, but he always uses a kick like that. Always has that womp to it. So I think the clap could probably use more attack and intention. The hi-hats also, like when you get to like the bigger drops, things have a little more intention, but the hats going throughout, you have that tendency to kind of fade into your hat sounds or back off the attack on the front of them, and I want those to have more attack and have more intention. That's all. Also the little trap snares that are kind of pickups, like they're not like hitting on the 2 and 4, they're kind of in between. Those could have a little more attack as well. And then yeah, the big drop snare is nice though. That has some smack in your face intention to it. So I think that all other drum elements need to line up to that in terms of how aggressive that is, especially if you're gonna get a rapper on this joint, because it's got a good energy to it. I just want to make sure mix-wise you're pulling that energy forward to get the most out of this joint. But I think, yeah, the only problems I'm hearing are on that guitar and just some transient designing. So you're in a great place with this so far, man. Cool stuff, Unknown Fella. I like it, man. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And thank you again, man, for the gifted. My G. Looks like Buzz is still Julian the artist. Appreciate the follow.
How you doing?
Let us know how you doing. Appreciate you coming through. All right. Well, we're gonna go to the regular feedback line because Buzz is over here dragging his feet. Damn, y'all done filled it up over here. What are we doing? All right, we got MSP with bludgeoning strut. Bludgeoning strut. All right, Buzz, you're next, G. Appreciate the sub, Buzzy. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, dude. What up, Ocean? Oh, shit. Look at a cougar growling at us. Yeah, a little electric cougar, 100%. Hey, appreciate the bits. Bitted it up. Thank you for the biddies. Yeah, man. Very different stuff here, MSP. Ocean says, reminds me of that one SpongeBob episode. I like it though. Which SpongeBob episode? The only one I'm familiar with is when SpongeBob thinks he's like a superstar singer, and he quits his job at the Krusty Krab, and he quits and he walks out, snapping his fingers, dude. Shit's hilarious. And he sings a sick ass song, dude. He's like, the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time. The one with the stripes. Turtleneck, that's the kind. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. The jellyfish one. Hell yeah, didn't even think of that one. See, did y'all grow up on SpongeBob? Was that your shit? I'm older than you guys, so the creators of SpongeBob were making worse shit before that. Okay, before they did SpongeBob, they were doing Rocko's Modern Life, which is one that I grew up on. And then you go back even further, and they did Ren and Stimpy, which was fucking disgusting. And I really grew up on Ren and Stimpy. What is SpongeBob? SpongeBob is a cartoon for kids that's got a lot of adult jokes in there. How old are you? I'm 38. Born in 1987. Yeah, you already know, Delta. Cut it out. Cut it out, dude. Cut it out, dude. Cut it out, dude. I've been told I'm Patrick Star. I'm at least the size of him. Oh, hey, guys. Larry the Lobster all the way, dude. No, I see you. Mm-hmm. Ocean already knows, dude. It's got the fucking Patrick Star emote. Is that one of yours? You look so much younger, man. Good for you. It's because I just got a haircut today. There you go, you're 33. I told you what you look like. Yeah, Buzz. Every white guy you've ever seen with glasses on is what you think I look like. That's what everyone in India thinks white people look like. Okay. All right, Buzz. God damn it. He's like, have you seen the Paul Blart movie? I'm pretty sure you look like Paul Blart. I'm like, God damn it. Ocean's in his 20s. 29. It was just SpongeBob for me. Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to go study. You got to go study your game, dude. Go check in on some Rocko's Modern Life. Those Ren and Stimpy episodes are still insane. They used to do extreme close-ups in Ren and Stimpy that were completely unnecessary. Fucking disgusting. Why do we have to do all that? Those extreme close-ups are too much. They were doing shit in Ren and Stimpy you cannot get away with on TV now. Like slapping the shit out of each other. Beating the shit out of each other. Yelling at each other. We were raised in a different time. You know what I mean? Different speed limits. Ugh, that part. Gotta look up that Ren and Stimpy, dude. But I was raised by old heads and thugs. I don't know why I read that like it was a Tupac song. But that felt like a Tupac line. I watch it to this day. There you go. Hell yeah. Delta, that sounded like the start of a JV Susio song. Oh, there he is. Hey, JV. What's going on there, dude? Sabu, as you would say. What's going on, man? Did you do anything legal today? Did you do anything legal today? Let us know what legal activities you did today. We'd love to know. Did you go to the gym? You know, did you have like a normal day? Drove the speed limit to get there? You know what I mean? What kind of legal stuff did you get up to today, dude? That's what I want to know. He mowed the yard. Not even the lawn, too. That's a power move. That's a power move. When you don't even have a lawn, you just got dirt out there, and you're like, honey, I can't listen to you anymore. I'm gonna go outside and mow the yard. What do you mean? We have concrete. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the mower across it. Okay, just leave me alone. I put my headphones on and I'm listening to these songs I made last night. And what's up, dude? Nothing but weeds, Jib. Okay, see? Me with my dirt yard. That's right, dude. Get you a dirt yard, be like, you know what? I need to go hoe the yard, dude. I need to go pull the hoe out and work on the yard. Am I next? Buzz? With that attitude, you absolutely are. Yep. I made those changes for my mix yesterday. It's getting there. Thank you for real. Hell yeah. Appreciate that, Junior. I love hearing that kind of shit, man. I got to go outside and plow, baby. You know what I'm saying? What genre have you worked on in your 24 years of musical career? Mainly hip-hop music and R&B music. But I have done mixing for some electronic cats out here in Seattle. Recorded a lot of jingles, dude. You know what I'm saying? For like radio stations. That kind of shit. There was a studio here in Seattle that used to do stuff for like a lot of places, and they liked how quick I was at recording and helping their vocalist just get the next stack. I was like showing her where the next harmony is as we went through, which was great, right? But yeah, I really like working on R&B music. That's like my favorite shit, but not necessarily bedroom R&B music, more like just funky singing type of stuff. A lot of talk box, shit like that. When life's so miserable, you can't decide if you want to go clock in for some overtime or stay at home and listen. You know what? Life is all about decisions. All right? It's all about decisions, and at every decision point, you have two decisions, which is love or fear, Delta D's. So, would you be going back to work for overtime because you love working? Or would you be going back to work overtime because you fear not making extra money? Right? Would you want to go home because you love being at home? Or would you want to go home because you fear being out in the world and it feels safer to be at home? Make the decision with love. That'll be the one that you'll like. Whichever decision that is. All right. Let's check this out. MSP, very unique song here. All right. Hard for me to like figure out what to latch onto here with the drum performance. And my goodness, reverb. Okay. Jib, will EBT get me a skip? We do not accept EBT. We do not accept EBT. They usually don't. EBT is not available for hot food. And this feedback is motherfucking hot food at the deli. You feel me? All right. And this ain't no frozen take home DiGiorno feedback over here. All right. We got notes. $16 in stamps for one skip. Fuck, I'm gonna do with that. $16 in stamps. That'll get you like a box of popsicles, dude. That's it now. We got tariffs, inflation. I can Walmart order for you, daddy. I don't support Walmart, dude. We got a Target out this way. It's just as bad, but it's a red. This ain't no frozen feedback. What's up, Chris Bands? 12 ramen packs, dude. Yeah, we got Fred Meyer out this way. We don't fuck with Walmart. Fred Meyer got a fire jingle way better than Walmart. Y'all don't have Fred Meyer's where you're at, probably. But out here we got Fred Meyer. They used to have these radio jingles. It's pronounced Target, excuse me. You're right. But yeah, Fred Meyer is exactly what a Walmart is, just has like slightly less people that God has given up on in there. Are you the type to shop at Buc-ee's? The fuck is Buc-ee's, bro? We don't have that on the West Coast. No, man. All right. I don't even shop at Fred Meyer. I just like the jingle. You'll find it at Fred Meyer. That's the jingle. I do Talkbox too. I also use the microcorg like yours and a Yamaha DX100 with a Banshee and a custom horn driver. What horn driver you use? Nice, man. Hell yeah. Buc-ee's is only in Texas. What horn driver do I use? I'm on the Talkstar Talkbox. That's what I'm using. The Talkbox designed for Talkbox players. That's what I'm using. Fungal. Yeah, fungal. What? Fingers, yes. Fingers did make this one. Yep. This is what I'm using. I want to Talkbox like Jibbah, but I'm so broke I just use Isotope's vocal synth too. Fair enough, dude. It's all good, man. You got to start somewhere with it. You got to start somewhere. My original setup was a used Rocktron Banshee. All right, and this same microkorg. So it's like a 400. This is my second microkorg. I've had 2 of them now, which I didn't even dial in the settings. This looks like shit. I need to fix that. Hold up. Apologies, everybody. I should have fucking fixed that. I forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Configure video. Turn the gain down. What are we doing? There we go, gang. That looks like a human hand now. That looks a little better. All right, W. Bang, bang. That was interesting. Fingers is GOAT. I like DJ AK as well. His tone is fire. Yeah. Some really, I mean, I know some good ones too, man. I really like Sergio. He's really, really good. If you're not familiar with Sergio, with 2 eyes, one to check in on if you like Talkbox music. But let's talk about this one, MSP. We got the kick lacking attack for all this snare aggression. My goodness, some of these snares feel like they come out of nowhere and just slap us up, dude. The snares are kind of lacking control. We have so many different ones. Are we using a drum bus, MSP? If we are, I don't think we're controlling it enough. So we need to do more at the drum bus to make this make a little more sense together. These different, you have like 4 different snare sounds. They all feel like they're happening at different loudness, and that is distracting. It's taking away focus from the groove. So I would try to get a good single band limiter that's going to control that a little more. You could do even compression before that. Just make sure the compressor has a slower attack setting so we're not squishing the front of those transients and we're still getting that attack to slap through. Oh, kitty, what's up? We got one of the kitties in the building. Oh, she's going outside. She's out of here. But yeah, this also sounds like it's happening in a couple different churches simultaneously. All right, we can turn the Vatican reverb off. We really don't need... Where is the cat? She just left, dude. She just went out this. This is the catio right here. Kitty skips, Jibbah. Sorry, guys. It's hard to pick her up. She's like a dead weight when you try to pick her up. It's Dove. That's Dove, and then her brother Hendrix is in here sometimes. I'll show them to you at some point. They're always around, dude. They exist. They exist. That's them there. There's 2 of them. All right? They're real. They're real. But yeah, I think there's too much reverb here. And then we also have this, like, it sounds like one of the creatures from the movie, what's that movie where they're all in caves? I reference it all the time. Well, it sounds like there's like a cave creature in here going like throughout most of the song, and also has a giant Vatican reverb on it. That one. Okay, that sounds like a fucking alien's hunting us, which is cool, but do we need that much? Yeah, Predator. Do we need... that wasn't the movie I was thinking of, though. I was thinking of the movie where those girls go into they go on a hike, and then they go down in this cave, and then they find, like, evolved humans that are just eating them down there. There's like 2 of them, too. There's like 2 of those movies are really bad. Good news. I will no longer be preying on your downfall. There it is, dude. Dolly F and Pardon in the building. Dolly F and Pardon, dude. You won't be preying on my downfall, dude? I'll be directly involved in it. Ouch. Ouch, Delta D's. I felt that. I felt that. Thanks for noticing me, senpai. Of course. So yeah, I think we just lack in control, and if we're gonna have snares with that much attack on them, we also need that kick to stand up and have smack and attack on them, dude. Or it just doesn't feel like they go together. But very cool sound design. I would do a lot less reverb. It's not making it sound big and have depth. It's making it sound crowded. So it has a headphone mix vibes right now. But I do like the sound design. So lean in on the sound design, try it with less reverb. It would make things feel more impactful. and a little more control at your drum bus, and I think you're off for the races here with a little sharper transient on that kick sound. But I appreciate you sending this through, my guy. MSP.
Thank you.
There it is. Moving on. All right, we heard that joint. What's the EQ looking like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see y'all. Plus the skip ski from Buzz. I think I'm going to close the queue because I got some shit to do tonight. I had to start late. So we're going to get through you guys tonight. We're going to fucking do it. All right? I don't care. Some people can be upset when they show up later. That's fine, dude. We'll do a regular one tomorrow. No big deal. No big deal. But I definitely gotta upload some new music, and that's important. Priorities. Bang, homie. So if you're in there, you're in there. All right, skips. We got Buzz. The end is near from Buzz Sai. Dude, this looks like one of the things from District 9. I don't know what it is, but that's what it looks like. Doesn't it? side. Oda. Kick gives me to start. Sheesh, Buzz.
All right. Yes.
6 minutes, Buzz. 6 minutes. You couldn't give us one snare with a tack on it. I think if the end was near, we'd have some snares going on. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of snares. One time. There's a snare with a tack. There's a snare with a tack. There's a snare with a tack on it. There's a tack on the front of that snare. Hold on, this one. There's a tack on the front of that snare. I didn't know you until that time. Oh, you didn't know me back then? Yeah, but you know me now, and I still want one where I say that's too much on the snare. Just one time. Submit one of those. One time. One time, Buzz. You've had that homework for 3 months now. One time. That's my main issue with this joint. God damn it. He's like, I don't know why Paul Blart keeps telling me to work on snare attack over here. And this fucking guy. Snare attack, snare body. Felt like the snare didn't have enough low mids on it. Too much emphasis mix wise on ARPs and low mid synths. I want a little more weight given to kick and snare, in my opinion. I'd probably also add some subharmonic saturation to the kick sound here. Probably the bass as well. That's using something like the UAD Voice of God, or that free version of that, which is the Bark of Dog, or you can use Waves R bass to achieve some of that subharmonic saturation, and just kind of tricks the ear to thinking that we have something going on a little louder down low, when in fact it just adds harmonics above those lower tones that makes it feel thicker, fatter, warmer, if you will. There's definitely a high mid resonance in the descending line at like 6 minutes in as well. There's like it just starts to build up, dude. It's kind of ouchy up top. So something at 1K to 4K range there. I'm controlling that with a dynamic EQ. Or I always fix the snare body using parallel distortion / saturation and adding layers to the snare. Stop saturating your snares. Don't tell Buzz to saturate anything. Buzz can't get any attack, Galaxy. We just need to get attack first, and then we'll let him use some saturation. Because he's gonna saturate his snare, and then we're gonna lose the attack again. I just want him to start hearing attack on a snare sound once in a while, and then we'll introduce some tricks like that. But I agree, using it in parallel is the way to go. If you're gonna saturate your snares, that is a good call there, Galaxy Tones. Yeah, I don't know how you're a noob with snares. All right, your kicks have so much focus and attack and punch to them. You just want the same principles going with your snares, right? This is like someone who can dunk a basketball, but he can't make a layup. That's Buzz right now with his mixes. I like the snares in your tunes. I don't think we need attack on snares on tunes like this. Unknown fella, goddammit. Don't you fucking get into his head right now with this, okay? Machine Moses. Thank you for the follow, Machine Moses. Let us know, Machine.
How you doing?
Unknown fella, I know that he doesn't always need... I know he doesn't need those snares all the time, but I just want to know that he's capable of it. Because sometimes he makes in like an R&B or like hip-hop leaning track, and it still has the psytrance snare on it, right? Sup, brother? I hope you're ready to review my work. I closed the queue, unfortunately. So we're only doing paid skips if there's any new submissions right now. But I am back tomorrow night, Machine Moses. I'll be live earlier than I was tonight. I had to start late. I ran into some problems at the beginning of my stream with some technical difficulties, if you will. But we should be good for tomorrow's stream on time. I appreciate you following, though. We'll be front and center. W. Appreciate it, Machine Moses. I'm excited to hear what you got going on. So yeah, that's all I got for you, Buzz. It's just, you know, some of that high mid resonance. I think mixing a little more to the groove, putting more focus on the drums and less on the... No, anybody who's already in the queue is good to go, Delta. I'm just not adding new submissions to the free queue because I have to upload some of my own music tonight. And I want to make sure I get around to doing that. Otherwise, I just keep putting it off another week and another week and another week and another week. And I got to just release this shit. It's got to go out. It's got to get off the computer and go out on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you will be getting your review and feedback for sure. And Delta, if you have to take off at any moment and I'm taking too long to get there, just type in chat, say, hey man, I got to take off, but I would love for you to review the song and I'll still do it while you're not here because you're already in the queue and this will be a VOD when I'm done. So don't feel pressure to stick around if it's inconvenient for you, but you're more than welcome to hang out with us and chime in with anything you're hearing. So Buzz, I appreciate you, man. That's all I got for you, my G. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there, Buzz. On your lunch break out there, dude. Living in tomorrow. Today. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, Buzz. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for the skip. All right. We're back in the feedback. It's Xilinx, then it's you? Yeah, got you. Xilinx. Dropping this work in progress in here. It's not finished yet, but the parts you hear right now, up until the last bar, until 4 minutes and 9 seconds are confirmed not to change. I have returned and returned with a sequel. I shall. This one is a honorable sequel to my first works, Stadia, which is no longer on SoundCloud because I moved off of SoundCloud due to their practices. Xilinx, you're going to run out of platforms. You're too righteous for us, dude. You don't want AI trained off of your music. So then you just have to, your music will only be available via Bitcoin. Right? What a cool stream when you're eating and listening to Big Bro. There you go. Honest and unbiased feedback is very important, even if they don't apply to you always, but you kind of start thinking about it. There you go, man. I guess that might be the future of Xilinx. Where are you going to put your music, man? You know? No one... The thing is, these platforms don't give a shit about any of us. But your music should be available to everybody. Regardless of the platform practices, dude. Timbaland's already got your entire catalog. He's already trained all of his AI on all your stuff, Xilinx. He talked to his doctor to see if Xilinx was right for him, and it was. By the way, our favorite R&B singer, guys, is live right now.
They say you get the money, yeah, then you really got the power. I say if you got God in this hour, that's right, you really feel the power. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Just keeping this jam, just keeping this jam.
We're not disappointed in Mr. Fried Corn, dude. 2 watching, not 2 million. Yeah. Dude, we love Papa Bless, dude. Papa Bless is one of our favorite people. Oh my God. Come on, dude.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, baby.
Papa Bless has the sickest
I
yeah
like
in the
that
game.
one though. It's going down. It's that kind of stuff,
Can I get a? Hold on, let's see if we can get one.
and it's going down.
Can I get a yeah?
As you take it to
Let's see if he reads it, dude. Offer him mix advice. He doesn't need it.
Keep God on
His shit
your
is
mind.
his shit is fantastic.
That's a good one.
Appreciate you, Buzz.
What's happening?
Can I get a yeah? See if he gives us one, dude. Oh, he can't even read chat. What's happening here? Nope, he's not reading chat. How you got 3 people watching and not reading chat? What are we doing?
Hey, you'd be surprised. You got if you do what you feel on the inside, this the whole thing.
Oh, he must be live on somewhere else.
You got to love yourself. Once you learn to love yourself, I don't give a damn about what nobody think about me. That's why I do what I do. I'm only concerned about what God think about me.
That's right. That's how you make songs like this one. This, if you don't know about him, this is our favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Fried corn. Fried corn. Fried corn.
Oh my God.
Fried corn. Fried corn. It's about to go down. Yeah. Fried corn.
Oh God.
Fried corn. That's right. Yeah.
God, that tone. Dude.
Fried corn. Fried corn. Fried corn.
I mean, he's got the voice of like a college football coach, right? Like in the middle of a loss in the cold. That's kind of the vocal fry he's got going on. 172 views, dude. That's it. Only 3,700 subscribers. Needs a lot more. Needs a lot more. Because he's got some amazing, hilarious music. But he goes for it. I appreciate that he goes for it. You know who else goes for it? Xilinx. Let's download this and check it out. His vocal cords doing burnout. 100%, dude. He fully commits. We're going to make a synth off of his... We have his vocals separated here.
Yeah. Yeah. Fried corn. Fried corn.
So we're going to make a synth off of that for sure, dude. Can't wait. It's going to be some tear out. Some fucking Papa Bless tear out, dude. All right. This is a Work Stadia from Xilinx. Xilinx name sounds like a new drug that's coming out for weight loss. So talk to your doctor to see if Xilinx is right for you. This is Work Stadia 2, work in progress. Yeah! Hell yeah, dude. Fire, man. Fire. That makes me want to make a new emote. All right. I like this shit, Xilinx. I'm gonna talk to my doctor about it. I know it's right for me. God damn it. I found the new emote I'm about to make, by the way, gang. Y'all let me know if this is the move here. All right, we're gonna mute it. But I think this sped up is fucking sick made. The move that Elmo hits here off the rip is crazy. We're gonna make an emote out of this, dude. Look at it. If we speed it up two times speed as well. But watch this movie hits. Oof. Ooh. Stop, Elmo. Oh, he's certified, dude. That is Elmo invited to the cookout right there. Look at that. What is he doing? No one's got Sesame Street emotes, dude. We're about to hit that up. He is getting after it right there. I like that. Xilinx, this is insane. This is super sick, dude. You already know that. I want the snare that comes in snapping through a little more to keep the energy up. I was like, all right, here we go. We're gonna give us a fucking snare here. This snare is gonna have some awesome shit on it. It's gonna have some texture to it. It was kind of mild for what I thought you were gonna do there. Everything else has so much energy and texture on it. So I think doing some more high mids on this and maybe doing some kind of side chaining through some of the melodic elements to let that snare snap a little more. It felt like it just got kind of buried in the mix. I mean, I knew it was there, but it wasn't fucking my ears a little bit. The high harmonics on there to match some of the synths with mid-range textures that they have going on, because you have a lot of cool textures going on, but that snare was kind of lacking in that regard. Incredible programming as always. I'm sure you have the hours spent so far documented. How many hours in are we on this joint? Because this feels like my computer would be on fire with this much shit going on. So very cool stuff though. I like it. Great mix on the melodic elements with good sonic separation. A lot of it seems like there's attention paid to that. There is some high mid resonance on the whistle sine sound at 2 minutes 55 seconds, like the highest thing in there. Let me check. How do you have this documented? It's in the side of your DAW. You're the only person who's ever submitted something who's like, we're 23 hours and 15 minutes in. I don't even want that on my songs. I'd be like depressed at the end. I'd be like, oh, it's only an 8-bar loop and I hate it. 20 hours? How'd we get to 20 hours, dude? Then there's a section with wide claps. 8 hours, 13 minutes. Nice, dude. Nice. There's a section with wide claps, right? That's doing like the kind of building up the excitement for that kind of pre-drop. Wide claps are cool, right? That's okay. I don't mind that they're out wide like that. The sound of those being wide is okay, but I would probably layer in a mono clap as well, just to anchor those a little more and make them feel a little bit more exciting. To have them also occupy the middle of the mix while still having those super wide. So it feel like more of a crowd if we had them front and center, then also out wide, in my opinion. I made them out of acoustic clap samples, but I definitely add a mono clap in there that fits. Yeah. Even put one of those acoustic clap samples mono in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You could use another acoustic clap. I think it would kind of anchor them a little more in the groove. That's all. But I like this, man. I'm a fan, Xilinx. I'm a big fan, man. And happy that you DM'd me that you couldn't be on Twitch anymore. I picked the right time to start multi-streaming, my guy. So we're happy to be able to still have you over here on the YouTube side. Thank you for pulling up on us, man, and sharing your music. I like it.
Thank you.
That's Xilinx, y'all. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Look at this. We're throwing it away. Throwing it away. We're emptying the recycle bin. We do not keep your music on this computer. Man, 2FAC, a 2-factor authentication on Twitch be janky. Okay. You out here doing dirt or what? Don't answer that, dude. Delta, this is you, BandLab, Don Deezy. Young BandLab out here. Let's check it out. Yes, Sirski. All right, this is Get Down on It. Get down on it. When you're dancing. You gotta feel it. Let's check it out. Produced by Ben Mari. This is Don Deezy, aka Delta D, is in chat, and let's hear it.
I was just an old Nate rapper who ain't had many motions coming straight about the way. Down through these last few years, on the past few peers, getting booked and nigga flying out of state. Fucking surf fiends that was looking like 12, eating donuts, but they always had powder on their face. Believe it if they say I changed. They never diss why they stuck in that place. They won't throw smut on my name, mud on my character, blood on the leaves. The money been growing like it came from trees. We try for you find now he cross it over. I should've told him you preach and I teach. PayPal be eating my pockets obese. She give me neck for a chain, it's a leash. I left a mess on her face in the sheets. My shoe like 3D, he came on the screen. I got the wife, the car, the crib, the music been paying. I got a little job, told shorty that I'll cover all the bills. Hit Houston, New Orleans, and Mexico, baby. I'm taking my lady on all the trips. I was like this close to calling it quits till I remembered that none of y'all fucking with him. When the cars always say bye, keep a stick and a pistol, there's K9s. If it's up, then it's stuck, yeah, that's hang time. And my main girl blowing up the main line. Said the dick so good, she can mainline. Homie said he put it work, no, that main line. Talk too much, that'll probably get you main line. Okay, like, smokes free like a rip from a bomb. My dogs bring sticks to your door like pins in the yard. Laser guaranteeing that I hit him. I bet he won't be missed anymore. Keep a grip on my pistol, the kick so visceral. I'm tweaking my wrist every time I squeeze. We know the boys pussy and bishop. It's time for they menstrual cycle, cause they finna bleed. Said he been down that hill, now I'm dying to meet him. I slide, now they hiding, ain't trying to see him. He lying to people, penning your lines while you signing to people. Fictional rhymes by you 9mm. We carry receipts, just know I never leak them. I got no interest in embarrassing people. I'll keep a secret, I'm very deceitful. Must have feel mad, can compare sequels. He think he low, but I already paid him. Get what I do from this Darren to Rachel. Baby, I'm toxic, I married some ether. I make her shake like she, I make her shake like she having a seizure. Counting my fingers while singing Aretha. What I'ma do when they pay for a feature, man? Kill everything in the range of they speakers. They know I'm an alias, so tell them let me talk to they leader. Spaceship whip park right by the meter. Shawty finna give me hot too as soon as we meet up. The way that I beat it and leave it, the reason why my car keyed up. So tell them keep walking and talk to me when they drops about half as hot as my beat. Cause baby, she gon' drop it to a split, then she sure to use a lot of spit when she, I might get this whole kid when she, hey, come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's dope, Delta. Very cool, D's. I like that, man. Very cool. I like the flow on this as well, man. A lot of character there, which is fantastic. A lot of good inflections on the vocal, moving around quite a bit. Mix on the vocals pretty nice too. It's sounding okay. It's not loud enough. It's not cutting through the beat enough, and that's like one of my main gripes about this right now. But it's easy to fix. Let's talk about it. The snare on the beat itself is a wide sample. It's that freaking, which someone would know the producer. It's that wide trap snare that we hear a lot. It has phase cancellation issues on it. So I would probably layer in a mix snare, like a mono mix snare as well. And you could even use the one from the Big Jibbah subsample pack. That joint. Pitch shifted down 1 or 2 semitones would lay right in with this joint, and would just give this thing more power through the middle of the mix. The lead vocal needs to come up in the mix. You get Barry there, you're getting frequency masked by Cool and the Gang, and a couple other elements in there, the organ. So I think I would start with subtractive mixing to get the vocal to come out a little more. That's doing a dynamic sidechain off the beat. If it's a 2-track, then it would really be advisable to layer in another snare, because you may be ducking some of that snare when you do this sidechain. So if layering in another snare would make that not even noticeable, I'd be using a sidechainable multi-band compressor here at that vocal range, at like 250 to 500 is probably where the bulk of your vocal's sitting. And I'm having it duck the beat in that range triggered by your lead vocal. So whenever your lead vocal's happening, we're going to be ducking the beat just like this. Using multi-band compression will be a little more transparent on a 2-track, as opposed to using like a dynamic EQ that's actually going to be straight up turning those sounds down. Instead, we just want to squish it. You know what I mean? So it's still all the information's still there. It's not really like way quieter. It's just more controlled. And we're letting that vocal cut through a little better. On top of that, I'm probably considering doing some parallel compression on the lead vocal as well to try to pull it forward even more. If you don't normally do parallel compression, you should definitely have it be part of your workflow. If you're doing songs like this, where you're trying to kind of cut through a mix that has a recognizable sample on it, parallel compression you hear it all the time in a lot of mixes. You know, a lot of the OVO mixes, a lot of the Drake songs have a lot of parallel compression going on. A lot of R&B songs have it going on. So it's the way to go, especially if you don't have like the best recording situation, like with a good, like a way of, you know, adding some compression on the way in. If you're just going straight into your, you know, interface, then parallel compression can kind of make up for some of that stuff and add a little bit of that warmth to it, but also bring it to a more forward sounding vocal. So definitely something to look into. It's an easy technique you can do on anything, BandLab, whatever the hell you're using, no problem. I like the beat, but damn, this will be a fucking pain in the ass to clear this sample because you're using a very, very recognizable performance. All right. Even if you replayed this completely and had people re-sing the "Get Down on It," boom, 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 get down on it, you still have to give credit over to all the original composers. You probably have to give up like half the publishing, even if you replayed it, right? If you release this and it goes anywhere with the performance on there, I mean, they can just straight up remove your song. Number one, they can also just take 100% of anything that this song makes if it gets picked up anywhere. They can 100% own it outright, unless you go about it through the proper channels, and I think they'd be demanding a lot of both upfront money and a lot of publishing for it. So one thing to be concerned about. They're fun to make, these kind of songs, though. It's recognizable. It'd be fun to perform them. But man, I think this was like a #1 single back in the day, so it'd be tough to clear for sure. But love the character, man. I like you as a rapper. I like the voice. I like the comfort on here. Good timing. Good inflections on your vocal. I wish you kind of built up the hook a little more. I think there is dubs there, but they're not pushed forward enough, in my opinion, on the stuff you're saying in between the "get down on it," to kind of help people understand a little more sonically that, okay, this is definitely the hook. Obviously, we have the "get down on it" sample to let us know it's the hook. But on other songs you do, I would make sure that we're putting an emphasis on verse part having one vocal with some ad-libs, which seems to be your vibe, and then verse parts having stacked vocals here and there, right? Or just a different texture going on with the lead vocal also in there, still occupying that main part of the mix, just like the verses, but something else layered in there so that a listener who's not actively listening, just passively listening, would be able to call out where the hook is after hearing the song one time, right? This has the benefit of having a hook already on it with a "get down on it." So not as big of a deal here. I would still probably do something mix-wise to change up your voice on the hook parts, maybe a little bit of a filter, because you're just kind of doing a call and response with Kool and the Gang there. But all in all, man, I like this shit. This shit's dope. So appreciate you sharing this, Delta D's. I'm a fan. My guy.
Thank you.
Do 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 boom boom boom. Get down on it. Got it. I have multiple genres. I have R&B, pop, as well as rap. Obviously, I have songs with and without hooks for rap. My other two genres have hooks, but I appreciate all the feedback. W, man. Yeah, well, that's a cool one, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Hell yeah, dude. I like that shit. And I grew up on fucking Kool and the Gang. Oh, that's a lot of comments from Big Bro. My favorite part. That's your favorite part? Is me just talking about people's songs, dude? This is Ocha John J in a building. Ocha John J.mp3. Let's check it out, dude. I'm downloading it so we get a visualizer from 1998. Because that's what, give the people what they want, dude. That's really just what I want. Let's check it out. Test.
Я просыпаюсь, будто бы ты снова рядом. Вижу свои руки, будто бы награду. Сердце бьется, я живу на спазмах. Тебе больно, мне уже не важно, там мне не нужно. Ты хотел меня, но я стал другим. Прости, я не знаю, что сказать. Отпусти, отпусти мои чувства. Не верю, не верю, не верю, не помню, не помню, не помню. Не верю, не верю, не верю, не помню, не помню, не помню. Не верю, не верю, не верю,
Nice, man. Hold up here. I got one more note. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Ocha. It's a cool idea right now. I think it needs a little more focus on the. No clue what he said, but it was flowing. I see you. I think we need a little more focus on the actual groove of the song being in charge of this mix, right? It's got that, I call it a vacuum synth when we have the like that kind of sound going on. That thing is in charge right now. It's like the loudest shit we can hear. That thing is like full frequency sound. You're filling the entire cup up on this mix with that vacuum synth, right? And no one's gonna be like, dude, let me play this song for you because of this vacuum synth. Right? They're gonna say, "Let me play the song for you because of this groove that it has and the vocals on here." And we can't hear either one very well because we've dedicated too much resources over to the big vacuum synth sound. So I would make sure that it's mixed around kick, snare, bass, and lead vocal instead of being mixed around vacuum synth. Meaning that we have to sidechain some things through the vacuum synth to make sure that when the kick happens, it's in charge and it ducks the vacuum synth. When the snare happens, it's in charge and it ducks the vacuum synth. And when the lead vocal's happening, it's in charge and it's ducking the same area that the vocal exists on that vacuum synth, right? You're essentially frequency masking yourself and the drums with this giant synth. And I don't think anyone's going to be dancing to the synth. I'm saying they're going to dance to the transients. That's the shit that needs to be pulled forward and cutting through the mix because that's what people are going to latch on to. That's the anchor of your groove, and you have not mixed around the anchor of your groove right now. The lead vocal mix is impossible to understand. I mean, I'm not sure what language it was in, but even if I spoke that language, I'd be struggling because it's not cutting through the mix, both because of the frequency masking with that original synth sound, and the mix that we have on it. We filtered the heck out of it. We've taken all low mids out of there. There's a lot of cool stuff in a low mid of a human vocal. It's okay to leave it in there. Right, and just kind of attenuate it and keep some of it though. So I would do some of these vocal filters in parallel and keep a more human sounding vocal on the lead. If you wanted this kind of filtered sound, do a send, have that filter, have that little distortion on there, use like a stereo widener on there and blend that in with some of the original vocal in the middle. So we have like an anchored version of you in the middle, and then we have these kind of ear candy vocal textures on the outside. That's going to give them the illusion of this whole thing has this big filtered sound to it when really it's just we're just peppering in some of that, right? We're seasoning it with that instead of forcing it through there, right? So that's what I would probably do on a track like this, because I can't even give you like feedback on the performance of the vocal because I can't hear it well enough. So that'd be my biggest point of emphasis, is getting some side shading going so that the right things are in charge and the groove is pulled forward. That's kick, snare, bass, and lead vocal. I want those pulled forward. And we got to do some one's got to win principles there, right? We talk about it all the time, Ocha. We talk about it all the time. It's if you've ever been washing the dishes and someone says something to you, right? The water's on. Someone says something to you. What's the first thing you do? You can't quite hear what they're saying. Do you keep the water on and tell them to repeat themselves? Nope. You turn the water off. All right. This synth is the faucet right here. Turn the water off, dude. The visualizer doesn't even know what to do here, right? You've filled the entire cup up. So that's the problem. That thing's got too much weight in the mix. And once you dial it in around the right things coming forward, it's going to be a much better place, man. I promise you. I appreciate you sending this, man. Good to see you again, Ocha.
Thank you.
Yeah. Turn the faucet off, man. All right, empty recycle bin. I am not keeping your music. Look at that. A man of his word. Duly motherfucking noted. Make it rain radio edit. With the Make It Rain radio edit. Duly noted. Are we still here, Dooley? Duly noted musics. Not sure if Duly noted's still here. Is anyone still here? Am I talking to myself on the internet? That's okay too. Okay, well, we'll see if Duly Noted comes back. For now, we'll just wait on it. Chris Bands, I know Chris was here. We'll check it out. Forgot About Life, produced by 50 Zeros and Grey Rock. All right, let's check it out, dude. Let's freaking check it out, dude. Golly, McLoudness. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right, let's check this out. Holy saturation in the sub range.
Hey, back the crib, change pretty. Can't believe myself, I did it. Now, forgot about lives with a minute. Now, came back like I've been it. Now, but that shit not raining. You mean not the same? You start, I just finished. Get my OD out them jokes and die. Pop a stickers about that fucking time. Blow up on these niggas like a mine. You go out back like a band of mine. Yeah, I can't show no point, these niggas two-faced. Yeah, I feel like I'm Batman, but with no cape. Yeah, you can't handle smoke, only half lit. Yeah, you get high with me, but I get high, babe. Yeah. Hey, back to the crib, change pretty. Can't believe myself, I did it. Yeah, forgot about lives with a minute. Yeah, came back like I've been it. Yeah, but that shit not raining. You mean not the same? You start, I just finished.
All right, man, let's talk about it, man. I think I have nothing to do with the beat once again. Well, I'm blaming you still because you picked this one. So we want to start steering your ear towards cleaner mixed beats if you're going to be rapping over 2 tracks, because you are putting yourself in a disadvantageous situation with this joint right here. Basically, the mix on this beat has given so much resources, so much voltage over to producing a blown out, digitally distorted low end that there's no room for any dynamics or excitement in the mid range, right? Most people are listening to shit on like a fucking little tiny speaker set, right? They're like smaller headphones. They can't always produce the boom, boom, boom. So putting so much emphasis on that is just not the move. And I want you to start leaning on beats that have cleaner mixes. Like, figure out what you like about this and find things that have some aspects of this with a more scientific mix on the low end. There's no science applied to this mix on the low end. They just distorted almost the whole track as saturation. They weren't careful about, usually when you want to do this, you want to keep the sub range of that bass sound clean, and then you saturate the low mids, like maybe 150 to 200 hertz and up, to give you that texture and that illusion of that bass having that saturation all the way through. But man, when you do it down low like that, it just makes the whole thing sound like blown out donkey butt, right? There's not a whole lot you can do with that. It's ruining the entire mix because everything's kind of ducking. The limiters have no idea what to do. You're sending entirely too much voltage through in the low end. The speakers can't even reproduce it. I don't feel comfortable playing this again on my speakers because I don't want to have to go buy new headphones, right? If you listen to this too many times, you're going to fuck up all your equipment. If you listen to this in your car, you're going to fuck your car speakers up, straight up. And it's, you know, we have to get away from beats like this that have a mix like that. Now we got to find versions that of this style that have a cleaner low end. And the more you hang out here, the more you'll start to hear the difference. And when you want to say, okay, this is a good one because it has that texture I like, but it has a clean low end to it, and it has room for dynamics in the mid range. There's no space for anything else. They filled the entire glass up with blown out low end, and there's no room for exciting snares, hi-hats, and the most importantly, your vocal. Your vocal is just getting drowned out by boom booms, right? And distorted poopy boom booms. They're not even good ones, right? So from what I could hear on the vocal, I do have this to say about your performance vocally is smile when you rap or sing. All right? No one's gonna hear this song from you, even if so let's pretend the beat was great. Let's pretend the beat mix didn't have all these problems, right? No one would hear your performance on this and be like, oh, it's the worst shit I've ever heard, right? They wouldn't say that. But also no one would listen to it and be like, that's the best, that's my favorite song, right? Because it's just you're just being too cool. You're not taking any real vocal risks. You're doing things that are too comfortable for you, instead of really focusing on kind of cultivating, you know, your own sound and taking more vocal risks. Like, I prefer you to be more of a cartoon character on the mic. Go for it, man. Go all the way for it. Like, I feel like we're being too safe, and we're not exaggerating things enough when we actually get down to it. So if I was a recording engineer on this shit, Chris, I'd be like, hey man, let's take this again. We got to smile. We got to show teeth when we rap or sing, because that's going to force you to use more of your instrument. And things are going to get more interesting. I agree a lot, but I will say I feel like a lot of underground beats producers do this. Seems like a trend to create beats with lots of low end. Yeah, that's why they are underground producers. Just because they're not going to break through with this kind of mix, man. That's all I'm saying. Get your ear trained to find things that sound cleaner. You want female fans. They don't like blown out low end. Female fans like clean low end. You want lady fans, dude. Chris bands. People will pull up to a Chris band show if all the girls are going. You know what I'm saying? The dudes will show up. All right, but if we want this distorted low end, it's tough, dude. It's tough. There's no way to make a song over. There's no room, right? There's no room. So I think, you know, the biggest one for you that you can work on for future songs, number one is picking beats that give you room to do something, and then it's pushing yourself more when you're on the mic to be more of an actor, right? Be more of an actor. Take more vocal risks. Move around more in pitch. Move around more physically when you're recording. Use your eyebrows when you come up in pitch. Eyebrows when you come down in pitch. If you have an angry line, you better have an angry looking face when you say it. If you have a happy line, you better be looking happy when you say it. If you're asking a question, let's go up in pitch on the end of that question. Just find ways to make things have more character, because there's no plug-in for character in post, right? You have to have good character and intention with what you're doing on the mic and what you're writing for that song, so that the final product will have all that extra sauce. That's gonna make things feel. It's gonna make the connection for your listener much better, right? Because there's more things for them to latch onto. Oh, that sounds like something Chris Bands would do, right? I don't, from hearing a couple songs from you so far, I don't know that I have that yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want you to start working on is what can be like a signature thing that I'm doing, and you're only going to find that by taking more vocal risks and pushing yourself a little more out of this comfort zone. You just feel too comfortable right now with what you're doing here, and I want you to make things that are more polarizing, right? I don't mind if you show it to 10 people and 3 people say, I fucking hated that, right? 3 people say, I fucking love that. That's good. Okay. The rest of them say, that was cool. That's what you want. Then you might have something there, right? If you show this to 10 people and they go, that's cool, you have nothing, right? So I would rather have stuff in there that forces people to have an opinion about what you're doing, basically is what I'm saying. And having more character on the initial performance will force more people to care and have an opinion, even if it's a bad opinion, still an opinion. You still force someone to have an opinion about your art. That's the goal at the end of the day. So that's why this note is here. It means much more than just smile, right? But smiling when we deliver anything, whether speaking or singing, immediately adds more gravity to the performance. And just get your lips out of the way so we get more of that instrument. So that's what I got for you right there. And, you know, I think maybe open up your diaphragm a little more. Learn your diaphragm. Learn your voice a little more. If you want to rap and sing for a living, then you should learn your instrument a little more, right? If you wanted to play piano for a living, you wouldn't just jump on stage and start hitting keys. You would go take piano lessons and you would train piano. Let's start doing the same thing with our voice. You have great resources like YouTube, right? You could pull up like Brett Manning singing success. All right, he's a weird looking guy, but once you get past that, you can learn a little more about how to find your diaphragm. And if you find your diaphragm, that'll unlock so many more levels for you in terms of being able to take vocal risks. So that's your homework, Chris Bands, is find beats that aren't blown out in the low end and find your diaphragm as a singer, because that's going to unlock many different voices for you and make things way more interesting and help you really find and cultivate your sound, because I love the passion you have for it, and I think you have good timing. I think right now it's just too cool. But yeah, that's all I got for you, man. We already talked about this other note and these other two notes, so there it is, man. Appreciate you, Chris, man. My guy, been pulling up on us on the YouTube side. No, we'll come back to you, Dooley. You weren't here yet, so I will come back to you right now, Dooley, if you're still up in here. I appreciate you, man. Chris Bands, thank you again, man.
Thank you.
There it is. Duly noted. We got Make It Rain, Radiohead. A little deep house for that ass. I see you, duly noted. Very cool stuff, man. Encore One, what's good, dude, over there on the YouTube side? What genres of music do you review? I normally do all kinds of shit, man. So I don't really limit that to anything. Anything usually, unless it's racist. That's what I'm into. But we did have to close the queue for tonight, Encore. But I will be back tomorrow night, about 2 hours to 2.5 hours before this time. So if you pull up on us tomorrow night, you'll be able to get up in here and send one in the queue. But I appreciate you being up in here, man. FYI, the original is 6 minutes and has a sax solo in the middle. Yeah, I recognize the vocal. I do recognize the vocal. So I will say that I have a few things I'm hearing here. I think the whole mix could kind of come forward a little bit. I think there's like too much reverb going on across the board, in my opinion. My first note here, I would try to get more sub punch and attack on this kick sound. Right, it feels like it's kind of light. We're leaving some weight on the table by not letting that come through. On top of that, I think the clap feels super wide. I would try to anchor that with a quick mono clap, just to have it match up with the kick a little bit more. The biggest problem to me though is the vocal. It has like high mid resonance on the reverb return specifically. So whatever we're doing with the reverb, we got to EQ the return, because it's coming back to us and just resonating like crazy in that like 1K to 4K range. So there's something happening there that makes it kind of ear fatiguing, and it's not on the initial vocal, but it's coming back off that return. Mixed to the groove more, right? I think the groove of this is that kick, that clap, and whatever bass you got going on. Those elements holding hands and kind of driving everything makes a lot more sense to me on a house track. And it feels like that's not exactly what's pulled forward as much here. So I think it would kind of tighten up the groove a little more. Like, I think we have just too much reverb across the whole mix, right? It's making things feel crowded instead of adding depth. There's other ways to kind of build depth using different, analog emulation plugins on the different melodic sounds, just some analog saturation on the drum bus. Those kind of things will add depth to your mix, using like using a reverb, using some of that pre-delay would kind of add a little bit of depth as well on some sounds, right? But I think we're overdoing like the hall verbs and like the bigger sounding reverbs. It just screams headphone mix. It doesn't mean you used headphones to mix this, but it feels like something that happens on headphone mixes, where we lean too hard into reverb to kind of mask some of the things. But I think letting some of that shit come through. Headphones used, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I've done it myself. I have to remind myself every time I'm mixing, like, phew. I don't even grab the reverb a lot of times. I'm like, I'm not even gonna send it. I'm just gonna see how I like it with nothing. I feel like the more I make music and the more mixing I do, the less reverb I end up using. Right? I try to be very intentional about when I'm using it. And I think this mix would benefit from doing a lot less reverb. And it would give it more groove and more snap and pull things forward a lot more, because it just feels like everything's kind of getting smushed together with a reverb butter knife. You know what I mean? We're kind of washing over everything with that. And I think having a little more separation on things without as much tails going on would be kind of nice. If you're in love with that sound of that reverb, then you might look into using a white noise technique. Some people that like having a lot of reverbs going on, they like to use white noise, a good sounding white noise, happening the whole time in the background of their track, just really super lightly in the background, the entire song. And what that does is it kind of makes those reverb tails go away faster. It kind of eats the reverb tails. So that's a technique you could look into if you were in love with the amount of reverb that you have going on here. You could see what it feels like to layer in a white noise track, super, super quiet, and see what happens there. But all in all, man, it's a cool vibe. So I appreciate that, man. Overthink? You're gonna submit your song for next time? Might have to tweak that Valhalla, 100%, dude. 100% tweak that joint. Appreciate you sending this through, Dooley. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You currently do not have an active live stream on YouTube. What happened to YouTube? They kicked us off. Nick Shea, do you hate me? No, I don't, Nick. How you doing, man? Oh, we're connected back to YouTube. It just disconnected for YouTube for a second. Probably not the stream, just the chat bot I'm using. Nick Shea, why do you say that, man? Good to see you, bruh. Good to see you, bruh. We got Galaxy Tones. I was curious to hear what Galaxy did, because Galaxy's been here for a couple streams, and I haven't heard anything yet. So we're going to run it up. There he is. I'm here, sir. I'm here. Do 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 do. Galaxy Tones. Drumming for Jesus. Good to see you, player. Thanks for pulling up on us, man. How you living? Nick Shea, you can't come in here with that kind of statement. Do you hate me? And then follow up with I don't know. What are you, like a you're like a curious ex-girlfriend right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's a 3 a.m. text right there. Is it 3 a.m. for you? It might be. It might be. I was just asking. No, I don't hate you, man. I don't hate you. I love you as much as you love the hot tubs, pools, and streaming section of Twitch. You know what I'm saying? You just come over here when you got to come up for air. Right? Damn, that's a lot, dude. I really like that area, dude. The hot tub, pools, and beaches, dude. How come no one does any streams, though? Right? I don't see any girls in a bikini in a streaming. That we're gonna be the first people to do a stream. One day I'm gonna find a stream and a mobile setup, and I'm gonna stream from a stream. Right? And I'm gonna multi-stream from a stream, dude. And then we're doing an estuary one, and then we're gonna progress to a full fucking river, and then we're gonna do a swamp stream later. But we're starting with the stream. Okay? Maybe that's for next summer. We got a plan. All right, Galaxy Tones, let's check it out. 41,000 plays. Let's go, dude. And then freestyle a stream of consciousness. I'm doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? That's happening right meow. Hell yeah, dude. Let's check this out. Galaxy Tones. This is Fly Away. $62,000 monthly listeners. Let's go, dude. Big W, Galaxy. What's up, Chakra? I had to close the queue, Chakra, just so you know. I'll be back tomorrow, though. Yeah, man. That makes a lot of sense why your name is Galaxy Tones. See, this one has a lot of reverb, but it makes sense for this kind of soundscape that you've created here. So this is a good use of reverb here, right? I mean, they're supposed to have a lot of reverb here so that we feel like the whole thing is like a blended together sort of soundscape going on, right? Absolute fire. Chakra DMB, bro, good to see you, man. You have a new song released. If you'd like to listen, if you pull up on me tomorrow, I'll be live about 2.5 hours before this time, and we'll have a spot for you, man. All right, appreciate you coming through though. Yeah, so I think the most of the shit I would mess with on this if I were redoing this. Obviously, this is already released. You're not going to go back and work on this, but this is kind of things that I would have you thinking about for future songs. Main one being, I would have probably transient designed this kick a little bit to match the attack of the snare, that rim shot, right? I use reverb on everything to create atmosphere, for sure. It makes sense here with this style of beat. But I probably still would have tried to get a little more out of that kick sound. It's kind of a right now, but you have a very sharp rim shot. So the two don't mesh as well as they could. And that's where I'd be pulling out a transient designer to try to get control of that. Love the background textures and sound design. Very cool stuff there. On a rim shot like this, it's a really sharp transient. I would consider using a soft clipper to make it a little easier to digest for the listener while still having that nice attack you want. And if you've never tried soft clipping a sharp rim shot, like it just adds a little bit of saturation to it while still giving you that attack. And it just makes it a little bit more palatable. So definitely get your hands on a good soft clipper if you don't already have one. I use Ash. That's a soft clipper? Is that a soft clipper, dude? I'm not familiar with Ash. Oh, we got another cat in here, dude. What's Ash, dude? I gotta look that up. It's analog. Yes, got you. Okay, word. Then there is some high mid resonance in the pads. When you really stack things up towards the back end of the song, I would just have like a melody master bus where all the melodies are coming through, and I would be having like a multi-band compressor there or a dynamic EQ that's going to grab a hold of some stuff as it kind of swells. Those swells can overwhelm things a little bit, especially when you start to push things up and make it louder. Stuff that problems we wouldn't hear when it's quieter, but when it's gets to the mastering phase, all of a sudden these things start to stick out. So that's something that I would make sure I would focus on for future recordings like this. Try to make sure we don't run into any resonance when we have a lot of things occupying that same frequency range and kind of building and swelling. If there's any moments where it starts to go over that threshold, we have a catch for it. But beyond that, man, this is good, man. This is solid, very, very solid. So I appreciate you sending this in, Galaxy Tones. And like I said, the name makes a lot more sense now. Galaxy Tones, y'all.
Thank you.
Good stuff, dude. Absolutely. Thank you, man, for hanging out with us. Grandpa, drumming for Jesus. Hey, kitty, come here. Man. You know your cat sometimes like knows when you want to pick it up? They stay just out of reach. That's what he just did to me. They don't ever want to make a cameo on stream. This is a jerk beat. All right, let's check it out, dude. I'm gonna run that back to the beginning here. Jerk beat. Looks like you're in. Yes, you should, Nick. What does this beat make you think of? Unboxing a DSLR, dude. So it's got a really nice lens on it. It's mirrorless. Okay, resolution is perfect for cinematic shooting. Cinematic, hey, hey. Have you checked this camera out? Hell yeah, dude. Yes. The raw 10-bit 4:2:2 ratio on this camera is amazing. Dude, this is cool though, man. It's very cool programming throughout. That's one of my notes here. But my goodness. We have saturation happening in the sub range, maybe on the whole track. I don't know what you're doing there. But that part of it makes it hard to react to this mix because you're dominating it with kaboom booms, right? I feel like we have saturation happening in the sub range. Yeah, soft clipper going burr, but it's doing too much, in my opinion. All right, and what are you soft clipping? The whole mix or just the low end? Just the drums? What are we doing with the fruity clipper? Which section? Because that would the whole mix. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't do that. Or if you're going to do that, I think you're overdoing it right now. Because it's the saturation happening in the sub range is making the whole thing have these weird artifacts, and it's robbing the mix of dynamics. He did hard clip it, pretty much. I mean, he's using a soft knee, but he's I think he's overdoing the clipper. Personally. I think if you're going to do a soft clip on it, I would do it more finesse. I would try to just do the 808 at the sections you want to do it to try to keep some transients pushing through the mix with your drums. Like your drums just go away. The drums disappear in the mid range when the saturated boom booms come in. They're just gone, right? So yeah, it's got that like almost impossible to control type of saturation on there with the soft clipper. So I don't know, the fruity clipper doesn't have a wet dry kind of blend. Is that a thing on that thing? Should be. Maybe just mess with that. Do a little bit less there. But it feels like we're dedicating too much voltage once that soft clipper's engaged to producing saturated low end. And it's robbing the mix of all the dynamics. But yeah, you don't think, okay, got you. Bad. Go get you some orange clip, dude. Orange clip is emulating the fruity clipper, but with a lot more control. And you can do multi-band clipping with it as well. ODR, what's happening? How are you, mate? I'm doing well. We're doing a shorter stream tonight. I already closed the queue, unfortunately, because your boy got to upload some of his own music. But you can with a channel rack. Look at you. You finding solutions internally. I like it. But I do like what you've done here. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I just want to appreciate it more by leaning in on having some more dynamics and finding other ways to finesse that sound you're looking for with that saturation without ruining the sub range and without dedicating too much voltage to, right? Never thought about parallel saturation? You should. Now you have. Now you have, dude. Have you ever heard of plugins like the God Particle? That's doing parallel harmonic EQ saturation. That's doing that. Just that. Right there. But I personally use Orange Clip because you can dial it in like that. I had a studio session last week, says Nick Shea, where I kept asking the dude dumbass questions on purpose, like, do you have an EQ in here? Or, are you sure you know what an ad-lib is? And he was a good sport about it. Yeah. Yeah, you ran into an engineer with autism that will just answer your questions very literally. Also, you may also be on the spectrum, but we love you. That's fine, dude. Real Nick Shea, dude. My guy. If you came in the studio with me asking those goddamn questions, I'd be like, no, we ain't. He'd be like, do you guys have an EQ in here? Like, no, we're fresh out. I just used the last EQ plugin on the last session. So you got to be fucking perfect on this take. Right? I'd bounce your jokes right back at you. All right, so do you hate me? Hate is a wasted emotion, real Nick Shea. All right? And I love you, dude. So there's no hate at all. Did these speakers have volume control? Nope. But your ears do by walking further away from them. If you go sit in your car, I'll send you the mix when we're done. Right? He just wasn't quick-witted with it. You know what I mean? He wasn't quick-witted with it. He wasn't ready to stand on business and joke around with you a little bit. Right? If you throw shit at me, I will throw shit right back at you. I would have asked if God was actually in the God particle. Some say he is, or she is, or they is, or what is, right? The God particle is the singularity. It is the simulation, right? It's not. It's just a plugin. But yeah, I love the orange clip. Emulates the Fruity Clipper, but you know what you're doing with that Fruity Clipper. I think you're just doing too much with it right here, Drummer for Jesus. But it's a very cool beat, man. Good programming. This sounds nice if we just use a little less of that joint with a little more control. And I appreciate you sending it and hanging out with us.
Thank you.
It's fucking Drummer for Jesus. You're turning into a YouTube regular. YouTube regular, dude. We just started streaming on YouTube. That's a W, man. I appreciate that. I heard the God Particle is pretty good from an ad. The God Particle's cool, man. I have it right here. I use it. The God Particle allows you to get some harmonic saturation. You can dial it in parallel. If it's at 100%, then you're hearing some of it happen. If it's at 0%, it's not doing anything. But there is a limit. It's got a good limiter on it. It's a decent limiter on that joint. And you're supposed to mix into it. And then it gives you Jason Joshua's EQ curve for what he likes to have on his outboard gear. So if you don't have outboard gear that gives you a curve kind of reading, there's other plugins that can also do this. But I've had pretty good results kind of landing within these green zones. It won't be the loudest mix ever, but it will sound good when you take it into, when you pull that 2-track back in to try to master it and make it louder. But if I just play this shitty little idea. Okay, we're probably hitting it a little hard. That's fine right there. And I definitely have to go EQ some shit to get the need to put a de-esser on my snares. But this is without any EQ harmonic saturation happening right here. And we'll start to creep it up. You'll notice the loudness kind of changes without the signal changing a lot. No saturation. Started bringing it in parallel. Right? So I know when Jason Joshua, who helped design this plugin with these guys, he likes to run his shit at 100. and he'll do his mix with it at 100. So it's already doing 50%, 50% of what the plugin can do at the 100% amount. So it's 50% in parallel with the EQ harmonic saturation. I like this one, and I like the one on the drum bus as well, which is the God Particle. Not God Particle, but Orion, which I do use as well. Up here, the where's my fucking drum bus? There it is. Orion is cool as shit. Orion is great for meshing your drums. Also from the same company. What up, Russ? How you living, Russ? What's going on, man? But yeah, if your drum bus is just a simple, is it worth the 110? It's up to you, man. I mean, I like it a lot for kind of taking a mix and making it more exciting. If I turn off this processing here from this joint, bring in this low end harmonics that he's got, gives a little more weight to that kick. The compressor is like the star of the show with this plugin, because it still allows for transients to cut through while compressing the signal, but it uses machine learning to let the transients cut through. So we turn this on. We don't lose the attack, we just definitely get a more compressed and controlled signal. And the lift knob here, this is parallel compression. So this is really to fold more of the signal back in on itself with some extra compression. Right? If I turn those three off, right? And then it also has these parallel channels where you can get extra sub, which I don't really use, extra low end, I don't really use, extra loudness, I also don't really use, and then this parallel grit right here, which I do use a lot. And then these are harmonic EQs where you can boost certain things. If you want to add extra brightness, you wanted something quickly just to add a little more low end. I mean, this would be a useful thing to use this on a 2-track. Right? And then you can also do saturation across the whole thing. If you have like some weak ass drum sounds. They have 3 different types of saturation color here, but I'm already doing a saturation track with the NLS bus technique before I even head in there. Low key stacks was good. That's another one from Cradle. Yeah. So that the same people who made the God Particle, they make Orion as well. There it is. But yeah, man. That's why we like saturation. You still doing feedbacks? I'm finishing off the free line where we had to close the queue a little early because I got to work on some shit on the back end. I gotta upload a new single that I did with my buddy. How would you go about using Orion on a 2-track since it would include all the high end also? Actually, God Particle would be easier to use on a 2-track. You're right about that. But if I were to try to use Orion on a 2-track, it would be sparingly with the compression. And I would probably be using like that parallel lift channel. But what I would do is probably separate that 2-track into 2 parts. Have the low end, like 200 hertz and down version, and the 200 hertz and up version. And you could tweak it a little more that way. But for the most part, on 2 tracks, God Particle would be your best friend, as well as layering in your own kicks and snares. I cannot stress enough how much of a cheat code that is with bland 2-track mixes. I did it for everybody that came through to the studio when they were like, I'm gonna do 3 songs in 2 hours. I'm like, absolutely not. We're gonna do 1 song and make it sound good. I'm gonna head out though. It's 3 a.m. where you're at. I appreciate you, drummer for Jesus, my guy. Have a great night, man. But yeah, I wouldn't even ask people. I would just start layering in my own kicks and snares. And they'd be like, dude, this mix sounds so much better. What'd you do? I didn't use the sounds you gave me. Motherfucker. All right, Dolly F and Parton. In the YouTube song description, there's the sample I used. Would appreciate checking out a few seconds to see where it started. We'll do that. We'll check out before we play yours. Let's go check this out. Inspired by this one. I sent you some pictures on Discord of a studio at my school. All right, we'll check that out too, man. W. Okay, wait. I'm confused. Okay, this is Kingdom Hearts music. Hollow Bastion is the... Okay, this is the inspo.
We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo. W Raid, what's good there? Big Duck Energy Music. Mo, my guy. Hope you had a wonderful stream, man. Have a great night, dude. Take your ass straight to sleep. Go hang out with Baby Blade. I appreciate y'all. Give my love over to her as well. Yeah, I appreciate and love you guys, man. Big love. Thank you for all the follows, y'all. All the new folks in here. All the new folks in here. Squingus, you weren't already following? What's going on, Squingus? What's happening? How you doing? How you doing, Chloe? Good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate it. It's Jeanne. Is that French? I like it. I like it. I like it. Let us know. Let us know, Raiders.
How you doing?
How you fucking doing, dude? Hell yeah. We're currently live on 17 different platforms right now. All right. Including YouTube, vertical. If you want to see me vertically, I'm over there. Vertical. All right. If you want to see me on Napster.com, I'm there. AOL Instant Messenger, I'm also live. We're live on LimeWire. We're live on MySpace right now. We're live on LinkedIn. My resume is right underneath the stream. We're live on, Truth Social. I'm FaceTiming Real Nick Shea right now with my OBS feed. I'm live on TeamSpeak. You know what I'm saying? We're live on Steam somehow. We're also live on Discord somehow. Resume looks good. Yeah. I put judging Big Duck Energy Music's competition on there too. That's what I've been up to in the last 3 years. I've only judged one, but I lied. Bros live on Nintendo DS Picto Chat, 100%. 100%. Yeah. So we're really multi-streaming on like the next level. PSP live, 100%. I got the PSP pulled up right over here. No problem. All right. We're live on dead and current platforms. No, I have no idea what that is. 100%. I don't know. All right. We're live on X videos. Someone told me I needed to be on there. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that is. Sounds like a great place to be, right? I thought it was part of Twitter. It's not. Turns out it's not. I don't know what it is. Okay. But those chatters are weird. Those chatters are really making me uncomfortable. I'm not putting those guys on the screen. Bros live on E-Bombs World, dude. That's a deep cut. That's a deep. Big Jibbah. That's a cool name. Yeah. It's a nickname from a long time ago. And then I decided to make this when I started streaming.
Big Jibbah. Big Jibbah.
Just in case people couldn't say it right. You know, you got to just have that on deck.
Big Jibbah.
Yes, I do also play the Talkbox.
Yeah.
It's neat. Oh, well.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Sometimes I play it live. I pull out the keyboard. Sometimes I pull out the keyboard. Apparently right now we just have a keyboard sound instead. Do you do a feedback thing? Yes, I do. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I do feedback. We already closed the queue for tonight, though. I'm doing kind of a shorter night because I got to upload some of my own music. And I finally have all the stuff I need to get that done. So I'll be dedicating some time after stream to getting that done. And then on Fridays and Sundays, I just make beats and sing. I also sing. I play Talkbox. I produce. And I'm also a mixing engineer. So, yeah, if you want the uncensored stream, you can pull up on liveleak.com. Yeah, that just has a... That's pretty much just a foot cam on that one. That one's all camera 2. That's all that one is, just camera 2. What's up? Camera 2 in the building. It's good. How y'all doing? Can't forget about those guys over there. As a huge fan of Talkbox, I got to check that out. Yeah, I pulled the Talkbox out. Sometimes I make beats just with using Talkbox elements. It always creeps into the beats. How long have you been making music? I started making beats in 2001. All right. I believe it was in like March or April of 2001. I started putting loops together, playing around with it, and then when I got into high school, I saved up money and got a Yamaha Motif 6. How do I remember that? What do you mean? How do I remember that? Because I remember traveling to my cousin's house, and he had a free copy of this. He had a free copy of this beat, like Acid Loops Pro or some shit in 2001 on his shitty computer, and we were putting slappers together. All right, and I was like, this is great. I could do this forever, and so I've been doing that forever. Jib, they think you were a fetus in 01. Oh yeah, I'm 38 years old. I was 13 at the time that I was putting loops together. Then I got into MTV Music Generator 2 on PC. All right, it's a deep cut. Before we eventually moved on to the Yamaha Motif 6, and then my good buddy got a Korg Triton, which those two keyboards are still sitting in my mom's basement a few miles away. So one day we'll have to pull those out and check those old beats out, dude. But I don't even know if they turn on anymore. But yeah, those sell for good money now. So I should low-key just sell those. Any record deals? I've had an offer to do 2 times. I've been offered to do like production deals, because I'm like a mixing engineer and a recording engineer, kind of a executive producer of sorts for some folks. But I didn't like the contract, so I didn't bother. And it was small labels. It was like independent labels. But yeah, I thought it was like I have to give over like everything I'm working on for the next like 3 years. I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, low key, it was a 1080 snowboarding deal. You know what I'm saying? Who remembers doing 1080s in that? What was that fucking Nintendo 64 snowboard game? Was it just called 1080? 1080 snowboard N64. It was just called 1080 snowboarding, dude. Yeah, it was one of these deals. Straight up, dude.
How's it going, YouTube?
What's up, man? This guy's just playing 64. Hell yeah, dude. What the fuck is that? This was like, we got excited about this back in the day, dude. All right. While your parents were creating you, I was playing this shit. All right. Deal with it, dude. SSX Tricky? No, this is 1080, bro. I think this was before SSX Tricky, my guy. This shit's fire, dude. This game, Wave Race, dude. Yeah, this was HD as fuck, dude. This game, Wave Race, the Mario Kart 64, you better know about it, dude. I have the emulator on the Switch. I'm gonna play this, dude. Yeah, the fire, dude. This is before PS2. Nintendo 64, dude. Straight up. And 64, one of the best systems of all time. It was groundbreaking. I'm still making Wave Race type beats. Dude, Wave Race beats? Phew. Wave Race beats back in the day? Would you ever review / give your opinions on more established artists or producers? I would, man. Yeah. I do that sometimes. PS2 is the highest selling console ever. I had one. Slap. Oh, yeah. I was pretty good at this game, though, back in the day. All right, this is one of the first ones I had. Do you M-neck by any chance? Do you neck? What does that even mean? Real jazz, dude. Real jazz shit. Oh. Do I know M-neck? No, I don't know M-neck. M-neck? Menick? Am I saying that? How am I supposed to say it phonetically? All right. That beat was better than Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin made that, actually. So, joke's on you. MNEK. Oh, all right. Well, I guess no. You know what? We got to drop for that. We got to drop for that. It's not on the board. It's not on the board, dude. Here we go. Beyonce, Dua Lipa, Zara. Nice, dude. He sounds awesome. He sounds awesome. But do I know him? My answer to that is
no.
Right? I wish I did, though. I wish I did. If he called me, I'd be like,
say what?
You know? And if he called me on the 4th of July, there would definitely be some
fireworks.
Do you watch John Makes Beats on YouTube? He's been sampling N64. And someone told me to go check out his channel. So once I checked out his channel, I clicked like the sub, and I've never really watched more than one video, but it's recommended to me every fucking day. I don't know who he has blackmail on at YouTube, but every day they're like, "Hey John, you want some John?" And I really don't ingest that much John Makes Beats, because Jibbah also makes beats. So I don't really want to watch someone else make beats. He's fire, bro. Been making music forever, and his videos are very informative. Low key, I hate doing briefs for K-pop artists. Right? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I prefer boxers. Dove, come here. Fucking got her, dude. I knew I could get this cat. Let's go. You got anything to say to the people, Dove? You got anything for him? Nothing? What about on camera 2? You got anything on camera 2? You got anything? Got any words? No, you're just pretty. There she is. That's Dove right there. That's our girl cat. She's about 5 years old. Her brother's freaking out that I got her up here in air prison. But she's got to deal with us, you know what I mean? She's got to deal. Just can deal with it, Dove. Yeah, she's chill until she isn't. She's a maniac, actually. She destroys everything in the house. Her brother is like the derpy one. Yeah, air prison. Come here. You want to get him? Nope. He won't let me get him. I try to pick him up. He's pissed. All right, buddy, you go ahead. Whew, he's fast. He's so fast. Yeah, he's fast. He's out of here. All right, music stream. All right. Even though we're over here talking about America. We weren't. I just wanted to play that one. And sometimes we do feedback with alcohol. We call that
cognac feedback.
But tonight it's just regular feedback. So let's listen to this joint. So sent in here, we have one from Dolly effing Parton, and we're checking out the inspo sample real quick before we were so kindly rated and completely sidetracked. This is the inspo here. Okay. How much of this do we need to hear? Okay, all right, we got it. This is you now. was crazy, man. That was dope. That was a lot of movement, a lot of motion. Tough to find the exact groove. Mix is pretty cool. I think the snare is kind of lacking there, right? I think the attack on the snare is one thing that I would focus on. That's the first note I have is snare attack. Very cool groove though throughout. It's kind of an unexpected groove, but it makes sense and it works. But I think just having that snare stand up a little more and holding hands with that kick would make a lot of sense here. There is some high mid resonance in the piano when playing those individual high notes towards like the back third of the song. That's when you really get up there doing that. So I would just have like a multi-band compressor on that piano sound on its own that can kind of have a few catches for that, almost like a de-esser, but at specific ranges where we're catching that high mid resonance in that 1K to 4K range. I love the lead synth mix. That thing's out in front and it feels nice. It feels like it has like a different reverb than everything else. And it just has a little bit of a 3D feel to it as well, which is great. The melodic beds though, I feel like those could use some more sonic separation, not just reverb. It feels like they're kind of washing in the same reverb. That's kind of, sometimes it's the piano and like some kind of pad sound going on back there. I would love for those to have just like different analog emulating plugins on them. And maybe one has like less reverb on it. One has like a different type of reverb on it, like a small room, mid-sized room, while the other one's like a hall verb, or whatever you currently have on it. But having them both have a big reverb sound is kind of making them wash together to my ear. And I would probably try to separate those a little bit more sonically using those two techniques. But all in all, man, I really like the sound selection across the board. I would just try to get that snare to have a transient designer on there and get a little more smack out of the front of that sound. Everything else is sitting where it should, man. I like it. Dolly F and Parton. Okay, I think I know what ranges to look at. That's great news. Hell yeah, I like this stuff. Thank you for sending this through.
Thank you.
MVP Russ, gotta go to sleep, Jib. Have a good rest stream. Did you send me those pictures? Are they in the pictures here? Or is it a DM? I wanted to look at them real quick. That's right here. W. That's a, okay, yeah. This is like the studio I learned in. This is very similar. Very similar vibes. All right. You had this big ass console, and they have like the Pro Tools. They have the computer sitting on a little fucking rolling cart off to the side. Yeah, I love these kind of control rooms because you can record instruments inside these control rooms. Sometimes they sound better than in the booth because there's some active walls, you know. And sometimes you want those walls. They don't use it. They don't use the board at all. I love how you sent me a photo the wrong direction. Yeah, they don't use any of this shit. They should be summoning some channels through this joint, dude. Driving it. Oh, you don't use the Mac. Got you. Cool stuff, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. The big old Mac in there. I use my MacBook. Got you. Got you. That's what's up, dude. Hey, all right. Dolly F and Parton, we did that. Jacob Alexander, are we still here, Jacob? Just use the direct in, yeah. Yeah. Kids these days are so lazy. Not even using that expensive equipment. All right, me sleep. Hey, have a great night, Russ. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for pulling up on us. Dolly F and Parton, that was a cool track. Appreciate you. Jacob Alexander, going once, going twice. Sold to Bobby. I think Bobby's still here. Hey man, our Macs are expensive. I just have all the cool things I like on it versus a computer. I mean, yeah. And Macs, the cool thing about Macs is that they match your purse, right? That's the best feature about Mac computers, is they give you the processing power that you can get for $4,000 Mac computer, right? You get the $2,000 of processing power, but the outside does match your Tesla, right? Which is the most important feature on most computers. The only good thing about Macs is the laptops have good batteries. I'll give them that. The laptops do have good batteries, right? But you're talking about a desktop? I ain't buying no fucking desktop Mac anymore. No. Absolutely not. I'm building a PC. My shit lasts forever. Hey. I heart my Mac. Yeah, you getting those Mac stands out there, dude. Cool, man. You gonna keep carrying water for billionaires, dude? You're using the same fucking guts as the other computers. You're paying double for it. That's all. That's all, Nick. And it does match your purse, which is fire. Which is fire, dude. I'm an Apple apologist, dude. Hell yeah. Like, dude, what's next, Nick? You gonna go out into the lithium fields and dig some up for us, dude? Come on, dude. Let's go, dude. Get out there and get in the fields, dude. Put in the work. Put in the real work. I'm just fucking with you, man. Because I have an Apple iPhone right here. Sean Sean M. The Wa. Sup, dude? I had to close the submissions for tonight, but I will be back tomorrow night about 3.5 hours before this time. You'll catch me in here tomorrow night, and you'll be able to submit then for sure. So I don't want to give any promises right now. I won't be able to get to those because I got to end a little early tonight because I got to get some shit done. So we're on our last track here from Bobby, and then we're calling it a night out here. Because I gotta upload my own shit. I gotta get my music up there. I got a single we're releasing. I'll do whatever it takes, Nick. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Salami 1996, too. That's a great year. It's a fantastic year. Gotta love 96. Let's check it out. Heaven Sunset Sync. Dude, wait, it's an MP3? Download. We're gonna download your MP3. This mix is ass. Forewarning. Why does everyone warn me? I'm gonna tell you anyways, right? Why warn me? I'm still gonna say it. Oh, and Jacob did come back in, so we'll go to Jacob after this. We're gonna finish on Jacob. If Jacob's still here. All right, Heaven Sunset Sync. Let's check it out with a visualizer. You want to go Jacob first? All right. I'll allow it. It's your call. He wasn't here when I called his name, so that's why we moved down, but he came back. So that I can re-export. All right, go ahead and re-export. Go ahead and I'll delete this version. Re-export. Jacob, you're up. We're running it. This is Typhoon. Oh, it's a full video.
Crazy. Cheat code, bro.
Let me get out the way then. I'm just going to watch the video.
Knock on wood, I guess. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Typhoon. It's a perfect storm. Whoa. My time soon. It's something about this vibe you can't ignore. What? I can't see shit, point me to all the vibes in the room. I feel so damn free. I ain't even took me no strong yet. Yeah, sometimes they sorry for me. Yeah, we gon' hop on a real jet. Yeah, and this shit won't even matter no more. Gotta stay focused on the vision. Oh no, I ain't alone. Yeah, got my back, and the real ones. Yeah, and I'm sorry I asked. Tryna pop me a little pilly, I don't wanna feel none. Hope you don't judge me for that. Bitch, I got instinct like cat. Yeah, I feel like the goat on my back. I'm finna hit this shit right out of the park. And I've been right down that road. Yeah, just tell me what you want. Sitting in the pit, sand pit. Yeah, not a sin box. Really could fuck on your mom. Just like the 90s, bitch, I rock. Whoa, yeah, typhoon. It's a perfect storm. Whoa, my time soon. It's something about this vibe you can't ignore. But I can't see shit, point me to all the vibes in the room. I feel so damn free. I ain't even took me no shrooms yet. Yeah, sometimes they sorry for me. Yeah, we gon' hop on a real jet. Yeah, and this shit won't even matter no more.
To the end backwards. All right. Yes. That's cool stuff there, Jacob. All right. I have some ideas here. I didn't write any notes because we were full screen in the video. But I do appreciate that you did a visual for this, right? I do appreciate that. Salami 1996. Yo, is there a way for me to upload my song, or I'm always late? You are late to the party today. The queue has been closed for the last hour and a half at least, but actually 2 hours. But I'll be back tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be back on about 3.5 hours earlier than right now. And if you pull up on me, you'll be good to go. All right. But if you can't see in the Discord, if it's not letting you see the other channels, it's because you haven't verified. Yeah. So there's the verify me section up top, but I'm familiar with you. I'll let you do that, and it'll give you less problems by doing that. There you go. Big W. So you don't have to verify. You're good to go. Yeah, I have some ideas for this track, right? I mean, it's already out. You already have a video for it, so I don't anticipate Jacob's going to be changing anything, right? Also, yeah, like if you don't have the sample pack Salami, you have the sub badge next to your name. So you should go grab the sample pack. You have access to it now in the Discord over here in the sub sample section. I'm hiding it with my big ass head. In the sub sample section right here, you have access to that now. So go grab that, man. That's yours. Try not to use it all in one beat. That's an old dad joke. It gets old every time. I just keep doing it. Yeah, I think the main things I would try to do here, Jacob, is this beat has no transients, bro. It has no kick snare. No kick snare transients.
So damn free. I ain't even took me no shrooms yet. Yeah, sometimes they sorry for me. Yeah, we gon' hop on a real jet. Yeah, and this shit won't even matter no more. Gotta stay focused on the vision. Oh no, I ain't alone. Yeah, God got my back, and the real ones. Yeah, and I'm sorry I asked. Tryna pop me a little pilly, I don't wanna feel none. Hope you don't judge me for that. Bitch, I got instinct like cat. Yeah, I feel like the goat on my back. I'm finna hit this shit right out of the park. And I've been right down that road. Yeah, just tell me what you want. Singing in the pit, sand pit. Yeah, not a sand box. Really could fuck on you.
I mean, I like that we're doing something different with our vibe and our look. You know, I wish we would have cleaned the room a little bit for some of these shots. This gives me major anxiety.
Yeah, not a sand box. Really could fuck on your mom. Just like the 90s, bitch, I rock.
But yeah, the beat is okay. It just doesn't have any transients sticking out, right? It needs a simple layered, and I always encourage people to layer shit. Where we at? Hey, buttered croissant. Appreciate the follow, buttered croissant. Let us know, buttered croissant.
How you doing?
How you doing? Who doesn't appreciate a buttered croissants are already like a lot of butter. So if you're buttering a croissant on top of that, you're a fucking maniac, and I appreciate you. All right, if you would have layered in, and that would have felt better. Just those two sounds would have elevated this mix a lot.
It's the perfect storm. Whoa. My time soon. There's something about this vibe you can't ignore. But I can't see shit, point me to all the vibes in the room. I feel so damn free. I ain't even took me no shrooms yet. Yeah, sometimes they sorry for me. Yeah, we gon' hop on a real jet. Yeah, and this shit won't even matter no more. Gotta stay focused on the vision. Oh no, I ain't alone. Yeah, God got my back, and the real ones. Yeah, and I'm sorry I asked. Tryna pop me a little pilly, I don't wanna feel none. Hope hope you don't judge me for that. This ain't got instinct like cat. I feel like the goat on my back. I'm finna hit this shit right out of the park. And I've been right down that road. Yeah, just tell me what you want. Singing in the pit, sand pit. Yeah, not a sand box. Really could fuck on your mom. Just like the 90s, bitch, I rock. Whoa, yeah, typhoon. It's a perfect storm. Whoa, my time soon. There's something about this vibe you can't ignore. But I can't see shit.
That would elevate it so much, dude, in my opinion. Mix wise too. You'd be able to side chain. You could split the 2-track if it's a 2-track. This guy really just did the drums for the whole song. No, I'm just saying, like, that's in the sample pack. You just got those, Slummy. All these are in there. That one's not. The Hennessy pop is, though. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that's what it needs, Jacob. That's the main thing. Like, I'm not super mad at the vocal mix. The beat just sounds dead. It doesn't have any transients sticking out to us. So come get those sounds, man. Those sounds I just used are available here in the free Jibbah samples as well. If you don't have the subsample pack, you can grab this one and this one. Those are the two I used right there. And if you layered those in, this would have 300,000 views in one day. I'm kidding. It probably would be similar to start out, but I think it would elevate this song, so that's why I recommend it. That's all I got for you, man. Very cool stuff, man. I appreciate you sending that through, and hopefully you come back and check out the VOD. You check back in on us, and we'd already skipped you, so you probably like, fuck this, I'm out. But I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, final one of the night now. Bringing us on home. It's Bobby, dude. Is this a new one? Did you edit this link? Wait, Bobby, wait, man. I'm not fucking ready, man. Hey, you ready now? Okay, hold on. Well, wait, now you're ready? Now you're getting ready, dude? Don't play with my emotions, dude. Just kidding, you can play with my emotions. That's fine. Okay, now it's ready. I literally just finished. Okay, well, you let me know when it's posted. All right, we're just gonna vibe out. Now you're posted. So now we post it up like a stop sign, dude. You copied over the old link. All right, word. Hey, real Nick Shea. Appreciate you, my guy. Wait, what? What are you waiting on? The hell is you waiting on? Oh yeah, good night BJ is a little weird. Crazy, dude. You should do a one-on-one chat with the price I'll pay. Yeah, I thought about doing some kind of like coaching like that. You know what I mean? That might be a thing I do in the future. I haven't figured out when the best time to be doing all that is. Schedule it. Now you got all these logistics going on. Coach me! I got you, man. I'm in here. I'm here coaching people up 3 days a week. Right? But you can probably ask me more questions on my creative streams because I'm in here just making shit. And there's less people in here. There'd be 3 people in here. And we just be vibing out, making music. All right. This is the new one. We're going to download the new one. Shoom boom 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 boom. Shoom boom 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 boom. There it is. Heaven, Sunset, Sync. Bobby 4FBG Let's hear it. Little rainforest ambiance. Little campfire. Kiss me. Oh, I thought we were going there. Oh, we made a perfect star in the visualizer. Loki summoning a demon right now. Cranberries, more like Imagine Cranberries, dude. Some arena shit right here. Take me to church, homie. Zombies take me to church. That's what we're doing on this track. Spooky clips. What's up, spooks? My guy Spooksy. What was the old username? Oh, it's Felix. What up, dude? What's up, Doc? What a warm hug there. The visualizer going burr at the end there, dude. The visualizer going burr. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go, dog. Bobby, let's go, dude. Yeah, man. I think it's cool, right? We immediately said cranberries, then we switched to Imagine Dragons, and then we switched to the Cure, right? So you had the Cure for zombies. You've imagined the Cure for zombie dragons with this track right here, which is great, right? It should remind us of 17 different things, but be its own thing. That's good. That's a good thing to have. I think the wide kicks and claps sound cool, right? But I would consider a mono layer of a clean kick and clap to anchor the mix a little more. Just because it's like everything's so far out wide, right? It's putting us in an arena. I don't mind if the song starts that way, but I think maybe layering in a solid mono anchor for both of those sounds, or at least just the kick, and have that sub of that kick kind of sidechain out the sub on the arena stomp kick would probably help you with your ability to get this louder without without making it sound kind of like it's ducking and pulling away some of the depth in this mix, because there is good depth here. Some of that depth is created by the arena kick and clap, but also like there's a nice mix on the melodic elements, and I don't want that to go away by making this louder. So that's one way I would go about doing it, is having a less low end on the stompy kick once we layer it with a clean mono kick. But that's pretty much all I got for you, man. It doesn't need much. It's a vibe already, so it's very cool, man. So just don't overdo it. We're trying to do minimal things that will give us a little bit more control, and I think that would be the vibe. But I like it, man. Bobby for Facebook Gaming. Is that what FBG means? Do you work at Facebook Gaming? What is the 4? I never even asked, I don't think, what the 4 FBG means. There's a really low centered kick already there. I'll sidechain it to arena stomp and bring it up. 4 front beat gang. Oh, well, there you go. I was way off, dude. I'm a criminal. Oh, fair enough. Let's go, dude. You're in a beat gang, dude. You're in a beat gang. Nobody mess with Bobby, all right? Let's be nice to Bobby. We're going to keep our eye on you, Bobby. We trust you, though. You're good. All right. Well, dude, W. Great submission, man. Appreciate it. That's a good one to go home on. Right there. I like it. I like it a lot. Damn it. Wrong number pad.
Thank you.
That's the one I wanted. It looked clean on the YouTube side. All right, didn't even change scenes for them. W. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. That was cool as shit. Very cool stuff, dude. Well, shit. What do we got? 3 people in here? Should we rate anyone? Yeah, there's like 4 of us in here. There's like 4 of us in here. Who's live? What up, Dougie? Callie's doing a 24-hour celebration, dude. Should we go over there? 24-hour celebration. We'll pull up on her. We'll celebrate her milestones, dude. Thank you, Bobby. It's an Indonesian jazz fusion band sample. Boom. Is that the correct rate? I got it. I nailed it. All right, I'll be back tomorrow night, y'all. We'll be back about 4 hours before this time. So get your submissions ready. We're doing our final feedback of the week tomorrow night, and then we're on to creative shit. I appreciate y'all. If anybody pulled up on any of the other streams on the other sites, I see you and I appreciate you. Nah, hey Jacob, just watch the VOD. We reviewed it. So just watch the VOD. It's already there. Just run it back about half an hour. You'll see your part. I got you covered, my G. Appreciate y'all, man. Give your love over to Callie. She's doing a 24-hour stream to celebrate 100 days straight of streaming on this platform. We need more girls in this space, and so we want to give that support over there. So give her the good vibes. Appreciate y'all very, very much. I love y'all. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this shit without your support. And you guys keep me going like a battery in my back. I love it. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care.